Guess what, people? I'm back! Alright, it's been a little while since I made one of these, so I'm pretty excited about it. So today we're going to be looking at this World War II battle map. Okay, so I'm tying in some social studies here, so math and social studies getting ready to get real tight today. Alright, and where you can see we've got some of these different little places where some big battles went on in the Pacific Ocean and the Pacific Theater back at the World War II time period. So let's take a look at some of these. Alright, make sure you got your ruler handy. If you got it on paper, we'll talk about that too. And make sure you got a calculator. Alright, make sure you got your calculator. Alright, got that? We're good to go. Alright, if you know this crazy song I got playing in the background, you can drop it to me later. Alright, I'll play a little bit more of it just shortly. Alright, so we can see we've got these different places that are numbered here on the map. Okay, and those correspond with that there paper right there, which is the thing you're going to need to fill out, okay, and send me a picture of, right? It's going to send me a picture, take a picture, send me a picture of your work. So we can see right here, this is the important part. I'm going to go ahead and kind of dial that up right there. The scale is 3 centimeters equals 1,200 miles. So we know we're going to have to write a proportion, write a little equation from that, and then get the actual distance. So I am not going to use any of the problems that are on this page, okay? I'm going to use some of the places that are on this page where the major battles took place. But I am not doing any of these. All right, so these 12 are going to be left for you to do, but I am going to help you figure out some of these and what to do. Okay, so I've got our map here. I'm going to leave this laying up here just so I make sure I don't do any of the same ones. What I have done is I've actually put them in order. Okay, so like this, of course, is where the United States got involved when the Japanese dropped us, came and snuck attack us at Pearl Harbor. And then, of course, the last one's being down here where we dropped the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So they're actually in date order, okay? And we're going to do some, but we're not actually going to do the ones that you've got there. So again, this is my ruler that I have, okay? My little whitey ruler that I've got. I made you a copy of that. For some of you that are at home today, you've got that. So I just want to show you, okay, if I lay it on here, these rulers match up exactly, okay? So whether you've got the actual plastic ruler or whether you're using the paper one at home, they are the same. So your measurements need to be the same as my measurements. That is the problem that we had when we did this first go around. Y'all's measurements were not the same as mine. So please use this measurement right here on this centimeter side, same as I'm going to do. Okay, so you can just take that and cut that edge of that off with your scissors, or even better, if you just want to fold it over, that's fine. Just fold the paper over. Okay, fold it over like that. That's fine. You don't have to cut it off if you don't want to. Just fold it over. And we're going to go to the nearest 1/10 of a centimeter. Okay, so we'll stick that over to the side. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to skip around here and do some and write them out here so you can see my work. So let's say, let's go from Pearl Harbor, which over here is number 1. And let's go to the end, which would be Nagasaki, which would be right here at number 12, okay? So for our first problem, I'll kind of write it right here, and I'll try to leave this up here. We can see it. We're going to go from Pearl Harbor, which is here, to Nagasaki, which is over here, okay? So, Pearl Harbor to Nagasaki. And I'll just do a couple of these just so you can see exactly how to do it. Again, this is going to help you. Get ready for Nagasaki. Get ready for the check-in coming up, the EOG stuff coming up. So we know that the scale from the other page is 3 centimeters equals 1,200 miles. 3 centimeters will go here over 1,200 miles. Okay, and we're going to get a centimeter measurement here, and we're going to set that proportion up. All right, so don't forget you got to set up and solve a proportion, which this is called the proportion right here, right? Proportion. And once we got that set up, we'll take it to the equation next. All right, so let's measure from Pearl Harbor to Nagasaki. Now what you have to do is you've got to measure from the middle right there, that dot, right, Pearl Harbor, and then I would come over here and measure at the middle of this dot over here where we dropped that bomb on Nagasaki. So I'm measuring from the middle of each one of these dots, okay, middle of that dot to the middle of that dot. You see? All right, so I'm going to put my 0 right there on Nagasaki, right in the middle of that. And then I'm going to come over here to Pearl Harbor, and you might have to scoot it around a little bit. Okay, let's get this paper over so y'all can see it a little bit better. All right, so I've got it in the middle of Nagasaki, and right there to the middle of Pearl Harbor. On mine, it is 12.7. Okay, right there. That is 12.7 centimeters. 12.7. Okay, so I'm coming over here, and I'm going to put my 12.7 centimeters over X. Okay, now I've got my proportion. I'm going to cross multiply, use cross products. Okay, cross products there. That of course gives me 3x. 3 times x is 3x. Now I got to do 1200 times 12.7. So pull out your old calculator. 1200 times 12.7. So 3x
equals 15,240. This, of course, is my equation. It's a one-step equation because it only takes one step to solve it. What is that one step, y'all? What do I got to do to both sides? I hope that you are saying divide by 3. So take that 15,240 and divide it by 3. And you get x equals 5,080 miles. Okay, so in reality, if you were going to go from Pearl Harbor to Nagasaki, 5,080 miles, according to this. 5,080. Okay, so. Okay, so don't forget, you got to set up the proportion, cross products, 3x here. So you multiply those together, you got 15,240. Set your little equation up here, divide both sides by 3. Of course, 3 divided by 3 is 1, so they cancel out. And then 15,240 divided by 3 gives us an answer of 5,080 miles. All right, so there's one. Let's do us another one. All right, let's pick another couple places. Down here, of course, you can see Wake Island is number 2, so there's a little battle dot right there. So let's go from Wake Island over here to Java Sea. Alright, Wake Island to Java Sea. Wake Island to Java Sea. You want a hot cup of Java?
You don't even know what Java is. Alright. So let's see, let's get them lined up here. Wake Island, Java Sea. So Java Sea is there. Gonna put the 0 right there in the middle of that dot. Okay. We'll turn my paper a little bit so y'all can see it. So put the 0 in the middle of the dot at Java Sea and come right there to the middle of Wake Island. Oh, that is one of the problems. I don't want to do that. Sorry. Let's make it Wake Island to, let's scratch that. Let's make it Wake Island to Iwo Jima. All right, scratch that. I was actually doing one of the problems on the page. Uh-oh. Iwo Jima. Let's change it. All right, let's go Wake Island to Iwo Jima instead. Wake Island to Iwo Jima. All right, so Iwo Jima is right here. All right. So we got that little battle dot at Iwo Jima. And we got that little battle dot at Wake Island. And that looks like it is 4.3 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, and right there, 4.3 centimeters. All right, so 4.3 centimeters between Wake Island and Iwo Jima. All right, now I'm going to set up my proportion. So you want to write down the scale first. 3 centimeters over 1,200 miles equals 4.3 centimeters over x. So write down your proportion here. Okay, let's do a little cross product action. 3 times x, of course, again. Let's see what 1,200
times 4.3 gives us 1,200. 4 3/10. That is 5,160. So now we have our little equation here. 3x equals 5,160. Got to divide by 3 on both sides. Those 3's cancel out. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now let's see what 5,160
60 divided by 3 gives us, that is 1,720. Alright, so between Iwo Jima and Wake Island, it is 1,720 miles. Okay, set up your proportion here. Solve that proportion by doing a little cross product action. Get your equation. It's a one-step equation. Divided by 3 on both sides, and then over here you get your correct answer for how many miles it is. Alright, we've got a reel of the day for you. Here we are, we're back again, folks. It's been a while. So here's your reel of the day. Where do sheep like to go for spring break? Because spring break just right around the corner out here for you guys. Alright, it's just coming up here in a real short time period. So you know where you're going for spring break. Where do sheep like to go for spring break is the question. So if you know the answer to the old riddle of the day, you know what to do. Email old Mr. Reid with your answer and let him know, and you get some extra credit. All right, until next time, ciao for now. All right, let's do one more real quick together. All right, last one. So let us go from, let's pick a couple places. Let's see. Let's go down here to Coral Sea, which is number 4. So we're going to go from Coral Sea. And let's go from Coral Sea to Okinawa up there. Okay, Coral Sea up to Okinawa. Okinawa. All right, so for this one, Coral Sea to Okinawa. Okay. Again, I'm going to start out by writing down my scale. That's 3 centimeters is 1,200 miles. So you always want to write that ratio down first. Little 3 centimeters over 1,200 miles. All right. And let's see how far apart they are. So Coral Sea is right here, and you're going to go to the middle of that battle dot to the middle of the one that's over here at Okinawa at number 11. So we're going to go from the middle of that battle dot to the middle of that battle dot. I'm just going to turn my paper a little bit so you guys can see that better. All right, so Okinawa, I'm going to put my 0 right there on Okinawa. And then I'm coming down here to the coral. Good and perfect. Make sure
it's in the middle. Make sure that 0 is in the middle of that dot right there. Alright, and so that looks like 8.2 centimeters right there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And right there, 8 2/10. So 8.2 centimeters is what I'm going to use for that. 8.2 centimeters. Okay, centimeters on top. Just turn my paper on that way. Okay, so now again, 3 times x, again 3x, easy part, right? That's easy. 1,200 times 8.2. Take your time, make sure you get the right measurement. That is the key to the whole thing, getting the right measurement. So 1,200 times 8.2 is 9,840. So I got 3x equals 9,840. All right, and then to finish it off, of course, I got to divide on my equation. I got to divide by 3 on both sides. 3 divided by 3, of course, is 1. 9,840 divided by 3 is x equals 3,280. Now, of course, would be, that's how many miles apart they are, 3,280. All right, so as you can see, the measuring part is very important. All right. Please make sure you measure correctly. This measurement on this ruler is the same as the measurement on this ruler. They are exactly the same. So make sure you measure from one battle dot to the other battle dot, right in the middle. Middle of the dot to the middle of the dot. Middle to middle. Alright? I don't want to see as many bad grades as we had last time when we did this. Alright. Until next time, people. This is Mr. Reid telling you to make sure you stay safe, to make sure you keep working hard, give me an hour of math every day, and make sure you send me picture of your work. Sayonara, hasta la vista, arrivederci, ciao for now, baby.